Hey guys, and welcome to game number 44 out of 100 of my Revenge of the Mack series against the AI-powered Scrabblebot BestBot. After a thrilling and intense game Monday that did unfortunately end in a loss, definitely check that one out if you haven't already. We have a narrow one-game lead, 22 and 21, as we head into today's game number 44. BestBot opens with all for 10, so pretty common opening play actually. You see, usually that suggests a pretty strong leave, like AENST, EINRT, something like that. So that might affect a little bit how I want to play here. Really doesn't help me much at all. Ugh. I mean, I have two S's, which is nice. I guess I could just play, like, Vogs for 12, which is not great, but also not terrible. I mean, I also want to try to factor in defense. Like, what's going to give back relatively few bingos? This doesn't give back much. The V's hard to play through. Could play through the O. I guess it could still overlap here. Maybe I play, is this crazy? To set up my S? I mean, there's enough of a chance I could play UH without an S. Again, it could have like EINRT, something like that. It's possible. So I don't hate doing this. Creating an S hook just as a counter threat. The problem, though, is obviously AGOS is not a particularly good leave. There's also hyper defensive options like this. Now, this is an interesting play. If the bot does not have an S, this makes it a real nightmare to bingo. And, I mean, this is a dicey leave, though. The problem is if I draw poorly, especially if I draw another vowel, I often have very few options on my next turn. But in response to I kind of like it. And if it bingos, it often gives me some consonants to play through. But yeah, like if it doesn't have an S, like, I mean, good luck bingoing here. Have to play through the G or end in an A or something. I'm doing it. I mean, after a play like UH, that's the only reason I'm doing this. Like, if the bot wasn't so defensive, I don't think I would do this. But, yeah. Get a C and a W. C cows is not a word, unfortunately. Don't think I'm going to be bingoing. But yeah, I just love how annoying this play is to deal with if you're the bot, if you don't have an S. Like, if it has a 7 with an S, it was going to bingo pretty much regardless of what I did. So I can't be too upset about that if it happens. But like I said, there's enough times, especially with me already having two S's, by the way. That's a bit of a blocker. Like, that reduces the chances that the bot has an S. There's enough racks. And see, okay, it plays NOW. That's an NOH, rather. That's exactly what I wanted. And now I probably have to loosen my grip a little bit on this position. Unfortunately, I mean, I really want to get rid of this W. This isn't even that great defensively because it takes an A. I probably just have to bite the bullet and do this. Giving back a T hook is not what I want to do. Don't get me wrong. But, I mean, there's already, unless I mean, this also gives back the T hook. Like, I just can't, I can't afford to do this. Like, I'm shooting myself too much in the foot. Like, Gov was a good play, but I can't do that forever. There's also this, but, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's more likely to have another N after no than it is to have a T. Although it's probably got both. Let's face it. So I can't really, and playing WAS doesn't fix the problem. I really have to get rid of this W. So yeah, I think it's woes or sow, probably. I guess maybe I do play, well, no, I don't think I want to do sow, because I feel like, again, the bot's fairly likely to bingo. And now the problem is if it bingos here, it blocks this line, and I feel like I want counter threats now. I don't want a position where the board gets completely walled in after a BestBot bingo. Like, I have a good rack too, and I need to sort of address that. So I think I'm going to play WOS. And now anywhere the bot bingos, I'll still have counterplay. And that's a good draw. I have in cases, Cassians. So I will be bingoing back, which is very good. Okay, Gilder. Well, that was going down regardless. It did not have an S, though, which is interesting. Wow, no T either. I wonder what it kept with UH. Maybe ILDER or something? Yeah, that's interesting. All right, so caginess. Dang. doesn't quite fit. So I could play Cassian's here. I could play Issuance. That's crazy, though. Sanicles. Bunch of, like, 72-ish point options. Yeah, In Cases here is probably not going to be right. Don't think there's anything through the G. Yeah, caginess doesn't fit. Seizings is not a word. So let's see. Cassian's 75. I guess that's probably right. I don't mind blowing this board open at this point. Because, yeah, Sanicles is only 72, right? Yeah, I don't see a good reason to sack 3 points at this point. I'm not gonna be winning. It's gonna be a tie game. And BestBot's turn. I mean, I'll be up a couple points, but basically nothing. So yeah, I think I like this. It's going to be my highest scoring bingo. In cases doesn't fit because of DI not being a word here. Yeah, this looks fine. That's a pretty good draw. I will take that. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be bingoing, but I should be scoring well. I have some pretty obvious plays like Gazer or Graze for 48. Not anymore. All right, let's see what else I can do. Vulgar for 33. That does take an S, I'm almost certain. Do I have anything here? Maybe in this spot. Zanier doesn't double the Z. Oh, Zaire. It's always an annoying word to see for some reason, I find. But yeah, that's probably right for 48. I mean, it's way better than Zoe. It's slightly worse leave, but it's not that much worse. I'm not going to give up 12 points, obviously. Yeah, that's got to be the move. ENO is not a bad leave here. I mean, especially with a floating S. Yeah, I think this is just too many points to consider anything else. Interesting. I draw the J and the W. Not the best draw, but not the worst. Holding on to a pretty small size lead here. With 2 blanks out, that could evaporate instantly at any point. I feel like I should have some sort of decent play here, but I don't see anything all that good, I'll be honest. Like, Jows is really not particularly good. Okay. I mean, Jows might be the best I can do. Especially now that I can't play anything like Joe over here. Anything here? Huh. I don't think so. Like, Jaunter or something is not a word. Yeah, I might just have to play Jows. It is defensive. I mean, it's a great leave. I often hit stuff ending in ER here. It's not crazy. Bot could get an X-bomb. I don't love that prospect of this play. But I think that's okay. It's not that likely. I don't have anything here, right? I also do not want to keep this J, if I can help it. It's not a good tile, especially on a tight board like this. Yeah, I just don't have anything here. I don't have a jar. Is there any way to set up the J? I guess that's the other thing I would consider, but not really. Anything under here? Anywhere for like Gion? No, I think I have to just play Joust. I mean, I don't think it's worth it to do something like this and set up OW, because the problem is, like, I don't even really want to play OW or Rho, because that's going to give back such huge counterplay. So I think I just do this, get rid of this W now. Yeah, it's not a particularly exciting play, but I don't see anything I like better. So I'm going to do it. I have Tannery, which I don't think is going to go down, at least as it currently stands, but maybe I'll get a spot. Still a very close game, holding on to, once again, the slimmest of leads here. Anything here? I feel like there should be something. I can't find anything, though. Huh. Nothing ending in that. Okay. Oh, dang. Tannery is not going to go down. That stinks. No T for Tenantry. Although Any's a pretty good play, guys. It's 41 points. Keeps that same good leave. So let's not fret too much. I mean, this has to be right. Unless there's some way... Well, see, I can't actually get... I don't think... Unless, like, Antery were a word. Yeah, this is not better. Because the E is the only thing I have that goes after the O-N. Anything here? No, that's not. I mean, I could do this, but that keeps two N's. That's way worse. And he's only like 2 fewer points. Yeah, I think any's got to be right. Yeah, okay. Pretty much convinced that there's not going to be anything better. So let's do that. Hope for some good stuff. Not great. Some more duplicates. I'm only down by 19, so we're not in terrible shape here. Could use a U for untether, an A for threaten. I guess if it stays open, I'll just play on the top right. With something like Ether, doesn't stay open. I'm not surprised. So let's see here. I'm down by 50-ish. And I got to make a decision here. Do I want to just keep this kind of tight with, I don't even know what. I mean, there is this. This is actually not crazy. I mean, there's a lot of vowels left. I do hit nattier, nettier, nittier a lot. Even tritone and stuff. Like, this is not a crazy idea. There's also a strong persisting 9 threat to the ED, which is easy to hit. I don't hate this play. Like, yes, I would rather get rid of another T. There are 4 T's left, too. That's kind of scary. Ugh. Got to think about that a little more. This is another play. It's risky, but, I mean, it plays pretty well to my rack because I have all consonants. It opens an E, and with it being a vowel-heavy pool, it's not that likely the bot's going to hit a huge play through that E. So I don't necessarily hate that idea. It's aggressive, but it doesn't feel too reckless. I mean, if the E were here, then that would be reckless. But whenever you open a triple, guys, if the tile you're opening is already on the double letter, that just so significantly minimizes the damage that can be done by non-bingo plays. Just because you can't put any sort of high-scoring tile on that double letter. It's already been used. Oh, here's another play, though, I just noticed. I could play there, too, for 36. That is probably just too many points to pass up. Yeah, I think I probably just play this. Gives me a bunch of shots at the blank. I'm not going to play here, too, because there's so many T's left. Yeah, I think I just have to play there, too. I'm only down 17 after this play. If I get a good draw, I'm in business. Yeah, let's play there, too. I'm glad I saw that. It's not the easiest thing to see to an O. But that's got to be right. The X is a pretty good tile here. I have, well, extra net doesn't fit, unfortunately. I mean, I have Axel. That's a lot. That's 46. Definitely glad I got rid of those T's, guys, by the way. I drew 2 more. And that's why I think EH was weak, just because there were so many, no T's had been played yet. And if I drew a third T, I was just in such bad shape. Like, it just wasn't quite strong enough. Like, yes, there was upside if I hit nattier or whatever, but there just wasn't enough. Yeah, there too, I think, was a good play there. Getting rid of both T's is nice. Yeah, Axel feels correct. Prague, okay. Does that change anything? I mean, I also have this. Does that hit enough? Taenite, I mean, there's 5 eyes. That's like it, right? Well, I mean, let's see. Dentate, Taenite. Yeah, that's not enough. What is that? 7, 8 with the blank. 8 out of 31. I mean, it's 20 now, 25%. I'm not in a desperate position. I don't need to do that. I mean, Axel, I'm up. Like, it's basically a tie game. Like that, I can just do that. Extent or extent. Let me just make sure I'm not missing any sort of play here. I mean, there's Axe, which is way worse than Axel. Yeah, I think Axel's just, it's one of those plays that's just too many points to not make. Latex would be better, but RA is not a word. I would like to get rid of one of my T's, guys. Don't get me wrong. With 2 more still left. We saw what happened on my last turn. But I think Axel is just too many points to not do. And it is still a pretty Val-heavy pool overall, so I can certainly draw into some stuff like Entitle, Taenite, things like that. So I think we're going to do this and hope for a good draw, which I don't really get. I don't get another T, which is good. Ouch. Lambies for 93. That is not good. That's a lot of points, too. Ouch. Okay. Yeah, I have to somehow score well here, which is not going to be easy. I mean, the problem is my letters just don't go well together. Like the B, the C, the T. I have no idea what... I think I need to play on the bottom here to open something else. I'm going to have to draw that blank to have any chance, I think. Yeah, I just worry the bot's going to play something here. And that's going to block sevens with Zaz if I can draw the blank. Block sevens here. It's just going to block everything. So like I think I have to play something on the bottom. Probably just a bet or something. I mean, yeah, I think that's probably reasonable. Do I get crazy and do this, setting up the... And there's still two. If there were like no A's left, I might do this and try to set up acta. But I don't think that can possibly be right here. The odds of the bot not having an A or the blank. And you can also just block with a playthrough there pretty easily. Not worth it. It's a cool idea, but it's just not worth it. So, yeah, I think a bet looks fine. Like, I think I have to make a play on the bottom here. And this at least gets me a few points and gives me some nice lines on the bottom. So, yeah, it's looking pretty bleak, but I feel like this is as good as I can do. 2 Ds and another A. Not what I needed here at all. Definitely not what I needed. Probably try to play CAD or DAD somewhere, but we'll see what the bot does. The problem is the bot is going to probably start slowly knocking out all of my bingo lines. So I might want to play something like CAD here again. At this point, I might as well assume I'm going to draw the blank, because if I don't, there's no chance of winning this game. And this would give me another line for SCAD. The bot plays if. Interesting play. So blocks the E, leaves the T open. I still think I'm going to play CAD. I mean, it cleans out my rack pretty well. Again, the bot often probably has the blank after play like if, but like I can't worry about that. If it has the blank, I think I'm just dead anyway. So yeah, I think CAD looks like a decent idea. Could also play DAD, or actually maybe CAD here, right? Is that, maybe that's better, right? Yeah, that's probably better. A couple more points. I think that's fine, and it doesn't allow... Well, I guess it'd be hard to block both lines either way. But then, yeah, I guess... I mean, there's some remote possibilities of something from the E maybe, but that's going to be pretty hard to fit. Either way, I don't see a good reason not to take the extra 2 points here, I don't think. So I am going to go ahead and do that. All right, we got the blank. So hope is not lost here, guys. I don't think I have a bingo right now. I mean, I do. I have fattened. I'm probably going to have to pass it up because that's... Oh. Well, okay. I guess GG. That's... Okay, well. Yeah. So, I guess I will... Am I not bingoing out? If I'm not bingoing out, I guess I'll Q-stick it, right? I mean, it only has QI over here. Right? Let me just make sure I'm not bingoing out. Hold on. So, it have to be from the A or this E. So sevens, let's see. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Fainted, Defiant, not going to fit. Also, even if I bingo out, it's not going to be enough. But, you know, might as well just see if we can. That might actually be it as far as sevens go. Yeah, Caftan with a C. There's nothing here. Okay. So, yeah, I guess... I mean, what's the... I have no idea. This is going to be a very complicated sequence. I definitely want to save the F, because that's an easy drop for 20 right here. So, yeah, I mean, the question is, what else do I want to... What do I want to use to stick it with? I guess probably like the N or the... Well, I can't use the N. I guess I could play at for 2. That's probably going to be right. Does the T have any... The T doesn't have any particularly good spots elsewhere on this board. So, yeah, I think this makes a decent amount of sense. I hope I'm not missing another QI spot like a moron here, but I don't think I am. All right, let's just play at for 2. I don't want to spend a huge amount of time here on this. Yeah, now BestBot is probably going to go into a bit of a think and maybe try to... I mean, it's not going to be able to set up its queue in a way I can't block. It certainly can. I mean, it can play like Odic or something, or Tick. Yeah, I guess I could play Tick, and then I'll just block it. If I'm playing QI, I'll just put a tile here or something. Like, you can only do that so many times, and I'm going to be able to block. Might try Knit here to set up QI. That would be a fairly valiant effort, but again, I can just play like a Gone and block. So we'll see what it does, but yeah, it is going to be stuck here. So I'll maybe be able to cut this loss to 100-ish. I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, the F and the D are both nice to keep here because Axel is going to go down for a bit. Of is going to go down for a bit. The rest of the tiles, you know, they'll go down for what they go down for. Okay, and BestBot is indeed going to try to set up its queue with Tick, which makes some sense. So yeah, it's threatening QI and it, or just QI here. Obviously, I'm going to block that. So let's see. Like I said, I definitely want to save the F and the D because they're both going to go down pretty big. So I guess the A or the E. Well, definitely not the A here. So probably the E is on the chopping block, right? I can't use the N. So yeah, I think the E. Can't use the A, of course, because of QAT. That would be a disaster. So yeah, I think Et for 4 is likely the best move here. Edic doesn't actually block because of QI. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then we'll see what the bot has in mind next. Is it going to think for another 3 minutes? That's hilarious. Hey, maybe I can just cause it to time out if it keeps thinking for 3 minutes. That's how I'll win. I'll cause BestBot to flag. Nah, it's not actually going to happen, but that would be pretty funny. All right, pause the video again and wait. And BestBot is going to set up its queue again with OI. That's pretty funny. Okay. Well, obviously, I'm also going to block that. The question is, should I use my blank or just AI? Probably just AI, right? I mean, well, I guess the bot can't set up again. It's only got an I. And it can't block either Axel or F. So let's plan this out. So I'm using those 2 letters for those spots. How much better is the blank going to be than playing Lodic? So that's 6. How expensive is it to use that? Like, what am I doing with this blank other than... I mean, I'm getting only 11 for it, really? It's actually not that expensive then. Huh, so that's... Oh, the A is pretty good here, actually. Yeah, that's 12. That's an expensive use of the A. And none of these can be blocked, so I think I want to actually use the blank. I know that looks weird. But, yeah, I'm actually going to play Lodic for 6. I think that's better. Huh, weird stuff, but okay. Oh, it's going to pass? Huh. Not sure I follow that, but okay. I guess it doesn't really matter. So, I mean, I guess where's the end going? I should sort of think about that too, because none of these can be blocked. So the end, I guess, is the end going to want to go with Nab, probably? Or Rain? Probably Rain. Yeah, I guess Rain. It doesn't matter, guys, the way I do this, because, like, none of these are getting blocked. So I'll just make a move. Okay, there it goes. Oh, maybe I should have put my A there. I didn't see that to stop it from getting its I. I probably should have put the A there. Okay. Live and learn. Now it's stuck. Yeah, I definitely should have put the A there. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Rain was more, we said, right? Yeah, okay. And then of. So I will cut it to under 100. 507 to 420. I end up racking up a lot of points with that Q stick there. All right, yeah, probably not the perfectly executed endgame, but that was sort of moot. Let's look at this one. Bot plays keeping liner. It's a pretty weak leave in the spectrum of leaves it could have with that rack. But yeah, I guess what else are you really going to do? Yeah, I mean, this was a weird play, I admit that. But after I kind of like the extreme defense. I mean, when your next best play is Vogs for 12, like, I mean, I think it's fine. Bob plays NOH, keeping it tight. Yeah, I mean, this is the exact kind of situation I wanted with my S's. And yeah, here I think I kind of have to do this to get rid of the W. And then we're off to the races. Yeah, Cassine. Oh, yeah, I guess I could play Cassine too, but that's just worse defensively. Cassian's is fine. Vulgar over Uvular. Yeah, because Uvular takes an S, right? Yeah, it does. Definitely Vulgar makes sense. Whoops, what did I miss here? Oh, Vulgarer. That's new, right? That didn't used to even be good. Yeah, I think that's new. That looks so wrong. That's funny. Zaire, I think, is still fine, honestly. I mean, EOM bingo's enough. But yeah, I didn't even consider playing Vulgarer. That's pretty funny. I totally forgot that was a word, I'll be honest. It sounds terrible. Bot plays Urk, I guess saving Vulgarer, and I can still do that, and I probably should. Yeah, I guess I missed that a couple turns in a row, now come to think of it. Yeah, I totally did not remember that being a word. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I think Jows is still fine. I mean, ENRT bingos a lot, and if I see that especially, it saves it. So I think Jows is actually still fine. Bot bingos, yeah, any is clearly correct here by a mile. Bot plays Doyen. Yeah, there too looks, again, I'm glad I saw it, looks definitely correct. Prague, yeah, keeps a very good lead. You have the last S for Zaire's, which is key, looks good. Axel. So I guess missing Vulgar didn't really cost me that much. Yeah, terrible spot here. I think a bet seems fine. Bot plays if. Interesting play. Yeah, I would have just played Folia, I think, to take out a lot of the stuff on top. I guess it wanted to avoid the Q, maybe? Not so sure about if. But I guess maybe it also wanted to take out the E. So, okay, fair enough. Let's see. Here, yeah, Cat, I think, makes sense, trying to set up the S. And then the bot bingos and wins. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to go through this endgame in detail. Like, I don't think I played it quite optimally, but it was good enough. Yeah, don't feel too bad about this one, guys. If the bot didn't hit outlept, maybe I had some outside shots, but yeah, just couldn't quite get the best of this stuff when I needed it. But it was a good game. So unfortunately, we lost both this week, but you know, we're still doing okay. 22 and 22 now through the first 44, so it's going to be close as we close out the first half of the series. Hope you guys enjoyed the game today. Thanks as always for watching. I really appreciate your support. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. It really helps the growth of the channel. Thanks again, guys. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all soon for the next video. Bye-bye.